Hi, it's Dwyer. GamblersAdvisory.com, a free site. BettingAngle.us, a free site. Today is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. Now, a subscriber on a pay site where I recommend cryptos that I think have explosive growth ahead sent me a message, left a comment on the site. He wanted to know that if he had $1,000, how would I allocate them between two of my picks, right? Two altcoins that I chose, which I'm not going to reveal in this video. You know, I had to respond and I had to convey to him or her that if you have $1,000 and you're getting into the crypto space, your choice is easy. Spend it on Bitcoin. Understand, in my opinion, there's Bitcoin and then there's everything else, right? You shouldn't be dabbling in altcoins until you have a position in the best coin, which is Bitcoin, right? Let me point out too, I also like Dash, but even there, I would buy Bitcoin first, right? Understand, it's Bitcoin that has attracted El Salvador and is now legal tender there, right? You haven't heard of any country saying, hey, we're going to adopt Ethereum as our legal tender. Hasn't happened, right? Understand too, you have these new coins, Solana, right? And let me just say, I'm not dissing these coins. I don't have an agenda. I own the coins I've named here. But you have coins like Solana that are relatively centralized compared to Bitcoin. Folks, it's not close. So, of course, you've had times where Solana has gone offline. They could literally stop the chain. It's that centralized. When you hear proof of stake, everyone right now is cheering because that means faster transactions. Folks, there's a huge downside. You're much better off with a decentralized coin. Much better off. This way, when the government tries to crack down, and how much more information do you need than the knowledge that China has already tried to crack down? They've already chased all crypto miners out of the country. Right? India was hostile to crypto until recently. Right? Understand, crypto is one of the most revolutionary moments in recent human history. Hillary Clinton pointed out that crypto is challenging government's ability to monitor their own money supply. So there is going to be blowback. The last thing you need is some centralized currency that the government can shut down. Understand, I don't even believe the centralized currencies, and I'm not talking about central bank digital currencies. No, I'm talking about proof of stake currencies like Solana. Right? I believe a Solana can only exist if people out there, investors, whales, what have you, understand that they have a decentralized alternative. In other words, I'll be in Bitcoin. Then as a speculation, I'll say, okay, let me take my chances with decentralized cryptocurrencies. So let's be careful here. Right, let's be very careful. I'm not one of the people cheering Ethereum's move away from proof of work to proof of stake. Right, I'll recommend cryptos here online that are somewhat centralized. But make no mistake, I view Bitcoin as the best coin to invest in. Right? If I had $1,000, folks, $1,000 would go into Bitcoin. As I branch out, you have some coins that are a bit of a hybrid. Right? As I branch out, I would grab Dash. Let me make a point here. You want coins that are actually being used. you want to pay close attention to the volume of the coin. Dash is used in everyday commerce. In Venezuela, sizable presence in Venezuela, right? Colombia and other countries, right? Those are the first coins you want to gravitate to. Let me make another point, because you really need a layered approach to investing, given the risk involved, and it's substantial in the cryptoverse. Charles Hodgkinson, Cardano's Swengali, came out and talked about how he was working on making the coin quantum computer proof. Right? Understand, quantum computers, people don't talk about it enough. They're a major threat to every cryptocurrency. That's why the hash rate is so important. That's another advantage that Bitcoin has. But what I want people to realize is that quantum computers are absolutely no threat to gold and silver. Now, we're in an interesting moment where you have a lot of inflation, but yet somehow the gold and silver market hasn't yet taken off. Folks, it's going to take off, right? Don't worry about my credibility, my ability to make predictions. What I want you to worry about is the math. You understand, as fiat currency continues to be printed and continues to multiply, you have a limited supply of gold and silver. The ratio is going to tilt in gold and silver's direction. So, if I had a few dollars, certainly Bitcoin is on my list. I might venture to Dash. I might venture to Horizon, which is also decentralized, right? I'm going to prioritize proof of work cryptos that are actually used. Understand, when you go to coinmarketcap.com and you're looking at the market cap of Bitcoin, I hope you're also looking at the daily volume, right? The usage, consistent usage, is what establishes the coin as an investment. It shows that there's an ecosystem built around the coin. I don't care about the features if no one's using the coin. I'm a believer in internet computer, for example. But internet computer has had a hard time holding its market cap, hasn't it? Because not a lot of people are using it. I don't care what the features are if not enough people are using it. Well, let me just point out that after investing in core cryptos, not cryptos they can shut down, not cryptos making promises that they haven't fulfilled, right? Let's face it, we've been waiting too long for Ethereum to update. People doing Ethereum transactions are so tired of paying so much money in transaction fees that they've moved on to Polygon. Let's face it too, and I'm a believer in Polygon, right? I'm a believer in Polygon, but let's face it too. There's uncertainty. You wonder whether Polygon will be able to survive if, in fact, Ethereum 2.0 has all the features that they're promising it will have. And all of these Ethereum killers, what impact are they going to have on Ethereum 2.0? If Ethereum 2.0 drops and matches their features, or worse yet, if Ethereum 2.0 drops and doesn't match their features, how many developers are going to move away from the Ethereum platform? So understand, some of these coins can even be used. They can be benchmarks in the industry. They're still too risky. Right? Now, I'm a believer in the cryptosphere, but understand, your investments need to be layered. So after core cryptos, right, Bitcoin, namely, after buying Bitcoin, I would venture into the gold and silver space, as unpopular as that is, because you need to be hedged. Right? Some sovereign state might be afraid of capital flight. Right? China's already played their hand and gotten rid of crypto. Let's say that things get desperate. Evergrande is just the tip of the iceberg. You need to think about world politics. Let's say China decides that too many of its citizens are finding a way to move capital outside of the country using cryptocurrencies. So China, which has the capability of building great quantum computers. Understand, they already have quantum computers that are cutting edge, #1 in the world on some metrics. What if China then decides, okay, we're going to use these quantum computers to take out these cryptos? Understand, many of the cryptos are relatively new. I'm guessing most of you never heard of Solana before the last 12 months. Right? Not a lot of hash power. So if you're going to invest in Solana, I know I sleep a lot better at night knowing that I own some gold, knowing that I own some Bitcoin. Right? So understand, the plays that I'm suggesting on my pay site here, many of them are high upside speculations. Right, folks? Before you speculate on some daring plays that if things work out, could 10x, could 50x, before you do that, make sure you pay your mortgage or your rent. Make sure you have some Bitcoin. Make sure you have some gold and silver. Right? Let me point out, too, that you have sites like Vaultoro, where you can trade Bitcoin and Dash for gold and silver. Right? You have onegold.com that's owned by Eric Sprott, a Canadian billionaire, that allows you to buy gold, silver, and platinum without paying the premium above spot price. Right? Or at least too much of a premium above spot price. Cryptocurrency should be one part of your investment portfolio. Right? There should be other parts. So the coins I'm recommending, I believe in them. But even there, I wouldn't be buying them if I didn't own Bitcoin. If I didn't have some gold and silver. Folks, the world is a hard place. Right? A cryptocurrency could solve a lot of problems, could be brilliant. But there are going to be haters out there throwing darts at it. You know that. Just like there are haters out there hacking crypto exchanges for tens of millions of dollars. You need to be prepared for that. Right? So to the person who asked me, if I had $1,000, which of two cryptos I recommended would I invest in? Right? If it's my first $1,000, the answer would be neither of them. I would invest in Bitcoin. I would invest in gold. I would invest in silver. Right? For the savvy out there who are looking for a way to play the electric vehicle market, and I do make some stock picks on my site, I would look at copper. Freeport-McMoRan, FCX is the tagline. Understand, electric vehicles use a hell of a lot more copper than traditional cars. Right? Once I have that nailed down, then I'll venture into provocative cryptos. Right? Proof of stake cryptos. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. Anyway, that's how I see it. Just remember, there's Bitcoin and then there's everything else. Right? Just remember, quantum computing is a threat to cryptocurrency. It's not a threat to gold and silver. Right? Finally, let me just add that in the crypto space, you need to be prepared for a lot of market manipulation. Understand the entire space isn't that big, right? The market cap isn't $3 trillion, right? It's not. Grab a few of these big tech companies and you could easily eclipse that market cap. The reason that's important is some of the price swings are artificial. If you look at some online metrics, you'll notice that there's simply no way that Bitcoin should be under the price pressure that it is over the last, let's say, 2.5 weeks. Right? I believe the way some big-time market players play it is they will sell what seems to be a big amount of crypto to drive down the price, short term. Then they'll jump back in the market after the price is driven down. They'll buy back the amount they initially sold, and then, of course, they'll take advantage of the low prices by adding to their position. That's flushing out a lot of weaker hands. Right? You need to view cryptocurrency as the wild, wild west. You could see a crypto that is an excellent idea, that's serving a market that's doing so with low transaction costs and high transaction speed. Right? If that crypto is proof of stake, just understand it's not as robust as Bitcoin. Understand my basic thesis, that Bitcoin is going to slowly over time accumulate all of the good traits of its competitors, right? It already, thanks to the Lightning Network, can give you lightning fast transactions, right? The transaction speed problem has already been addressed. It's just a distribution of the Lightning Network that's going to take some time, right? Just understand too, with ZK rollups and other technology, right? And Bitcoin already has layers being built on it. I believe Bitcoin is going to eventually get privacy features. So some of the reasons to gravitate to other coins will be obviated as Bitcoin matures. In the interim, I don't doubt that there's a lot of money to be made on many of these altcoins, right? I'm discussing some of that money to be made on my pay site, Dwyer70905.substack.com, right? But if you have your first $1,000, I'm not thinking altcoin, I'm thinking Bitcoin, I'm thinking gold, I'm thinking silver. That's how I see it. I'm thinking Dash. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section of this video. Thanks for stopping by.